Hey everybody, here I'm going to demo how to use value to color in your three-dimensional shapes. So you should have drawn a few three-dimensional shapes to create a scene or some buildings of some sort, something like this. You want to draw your 3D shapes big so you have room for shading. And then you're going to use this video to help you shade in your three-dimensional shapes. By using value and shading, you're going to make your three-dimensional shapes look more three-dimensional, as if you could take your hand in your picture and pull it out and pull this cube out, and it looks that realistic. So before I start, this is just a small snippet of my picture. I couldn't fit the full thing on my easel here, so just bear with me. You can see that I've started to shade the roof here, and it's important that you choose a light source. Now, I don't recommend actually drawing the sun on your paper. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. But pick a side where your light is coming from. Light always comes from the top, so I'd pick either the far left side or the right side as you're shading. So just know that in your head. All right, so you can see here that my sun is coming from this direction, so my yellow is very light on this side, and it gradually gets darker as it moves away from the light. Okay, this is called a tint when we add white to a color, and this is called shade when we add black or a darker color to the color to make it darker. So for the bottom of this, I am going to make it about blue. I guess I'm going to make it more abstract than realistic. So I'm going to use my oil pastels, and you want to make sure you have a white, a color, and a black, or even a gray, because gray is good for shading those really light colors. So I'm going to make this blue. I'm just going to start just like you did on your sphere when you practiced your sphere. I'm just going to lightly start to shade this, and since this is flat, I'm going to use a straight line. Something that's curved, like the cylinder, I want to use a curved line when I shade it. So here I'm going to take some white, since this is my lighter edge. And I'm going to add some white. And again, I'm breaking things up into thirds. So this third is going to be my lighter value. And then as I work my way down, I'm going to stick to my medium tone of blue. And I'm getting the texture from the cardboard on this. Actually, that might work to my favor because starts to give it like a brick look. See, we stumble upon these happy accidents, like Bob Ross would say. You never know what you're going to get. So I think I might keep that. Normally I would shade it pretty dark so it looks like a full color, but I think I'm going to keep that. Now remember, with the black or even the gray, if it's a lighter color, you want to keep it nice and light. And then put your color on top. As you can see, it gets real dark real fast. Now for the roof on the top, I used brown with this yellow because yellow is a really light color. I could have used gray, but for your shades, I wouldn't use a black for yellow or orange or pink. I would make your shades a little darker with either brown or gray, rather than the black, because it'll just be too intense and you probably won't like the color that comes out in the end. So I'm going to blend this a little bit because I don't want it to look like it went from light blue to medium blue. I want it to be like a gradual change in there. And same thing with my breaking point here. Now you can see I didn't really add a lot of detail right now. There's no doors or windows or anything like that, because really I should be filling in the values first and then putting those details on top. Okay, so I probably would repeat this on the side. Now, since this side of my cube is far off from the sun, I don't think I would even use the tint of blue. I think I'm going to go right into the regular blue, the medium shade, and then fade that into the shade, the dark area down here, and it'll match right in here. So it'll match right where the shade was on the front of my cube. It'll match right in here, so they'll line up together. Okay, so just think about where your light is hitting as you are shading this. Make sure it makes sense as to where your light is in the sky. And a shadow is going to be that really dark area that's casted below the shape. Okay, we must have light to make a shadow, but it's where no light is being seen. So my shadow would be right here, and it's going to be made with a straight line since this is a cube. And since it goes to the edge, just take it right to the edge of the paper there. Oh, I'm sorry guys, there you go. Sometimes I forget I have a computer on me. All right, something like that. So then afterwards, then I can go ahead and add in windows or doors, or even like a texture of a roof, some sort. You can see it really helps to get that base yellow color down first before I would add any details. And you can see here, this is a finished one. This one I did do with chalk for my shading, and then use markers on top. So if you have chalk at home and you want to give that a try, go ahead and use chalk and use markers to add detail. If you don't, stick with your art kits and use the oil pastels for blending. All right, reach out to me with any questions, and I can't wait to see your uploaded work. Have a good day.